There it goes.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Quick break from the video to show you what I'm using and how I'm using it.
1712. Look at the size of that thing.
Oh shit.
Bad looking.
Yeah.
It looks like a brown almost.
Yeah, he looks gnarly. Dive, dive.
Didn't even know you were on. Oh. All right. I'll get the net. Here. Hold this. Hold this. Hold this. Ah.
Oh, he's freaking 10 plus.
Yeah. He's right there.
There he goes.
All right. I'll wait for a cigarette then. Oh, he's big.
Put him down the back, isn't it?
Definitely a big dog. Yeah.
Might be like one of my more big ones.
Oh yeah.
He's got to be tired.
Yeah. He's coming in.
That's what they usually do. They. Right there, Rob. Let's get him. Please, shot, get him. Yeah.
I almost went in the drink and started sliding it.
Yeah, right there, you're okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to stand at the bottom.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Yeah, he might be close to 15.
Yeah, he's pretty big. With a
Big
sick head.
Yeah.
Woo! 3, 2, 1. Pounds, guys, right there.
Later. Oh, that's a nice one, bro. That's your PB for out here for sure.
Yeah.
That might be a double.
Oh, dude, actually, he's pretty good.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude, it felt like a snag.
Yeah.
I was literally trying to shake it off.
2 hours later.
Yeah, they're badass fish, man.
Dude. Badass.
An eternity later.
I know this is tiring for him.
Oh yeah. He's pretty gassed. He's just so strong and big. Hell yeah, dude! Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Woo! Look at the head on that thing.
Holy shit, dude! That is fucking insane!
I don't know, bro. That's a big fish.
Dude, that is a huge fish!
There you go. There we go.
Digging.
My ninja.
Woo!
Chunky bro.
better than the little tiny one I just caught.
Nah. GPB. A 3/8 though. Yeah, he's decent. Yeah, he's probably net worthy. He feels kind of heavy. I don't know for sure yet. Oh yeah, he's good.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Nice one, bro. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it, Bert.
Oh shit. Yeah.
It looks like a brown almost.
Yeah, he looks gnarly. Dive, dive.
Yeah, bro, that's what that mine was.
All right, right about here is how deep it is.
You serious?
It's that many.
Yeah. Like 22 feet.
Yeah. Right now he's putting his big boy pants on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Go, bro. That thing's chubby. Chubby. It's gotta be close to the mountain.
Yeah. Nice.
Really nice fish,
Mind holding that, brother?
I got you.
Yeah, it might be 10.
yeah. On a 3/8.
There he goes.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to take a quick break from the video to show you what I'm using and how I'm using it. I'll start with the rods and reels. This first one is Akuma Salilo. I think that's how you say it anyway. It's a 9'6" medium light action rod, and I got it paired with a Shimano Vanquish 2500. Spooled on it, I have Daiwa J braid in 10 pound, and then for leader, I either use, like usual, I either use Runkle 8 or 10 pound, or Seagar Gold Label in 10 pound. And I attach it with a double uni knot, just like I do back home on mini jigging rods. Because essentially, when you're fishing out there, it's the same techniques, just bigger. You're just using bigger gear, heavier jigs, but the principles are all the same. So most of the time with the super tubes, they come with a 1/8 ounce lead head, which is, I equate it very similar to a 32nd as far as scaled up. So you're presenting it the same way, real slow reel cranks, and just real light bounces, and giving them the slowest and steadiest presentation you can. It's very, very rare they want anything different, like faster speed, a lot more movement in the jig or the minnow. Usually they want it very slow and steady. This other rod I use is a G Loomis E6X. This is a medium action spinning rod. It's again designed for salmon and steelhead. It's another 9'6", and then I have it paired with a Akuma Samar or Tamar. I don't know how you say it, but this is a very inexpensive reel. This is probably about $50 reel. You can get it on Amazon. Really, really good reel for the money. And this rod is on the more spendy side. The G Loomis's, as you know, is a very expensive name brand. This is probably about a $200-$250 rod. The other Akuma rod is about 60 to 80 bucks, depends on where you get it and if you can find it on sale. Most of the gear that you'll need up in Pyramid is not that expensive. You can get a really decent setup for around 100 bucks. So it's not out of reach. You don't have to buy real fancy stuff. You just got to buy bigger, heavier stuff. And the line remains the same as far as the Daiwa J braid and the 10 or 8 pound fluorocarbon leader or fluorocoat leader. Oh, and right here, this tape, I get a lot of questions about this. This is called Coban, and basically, for those of you in the medical field very familiar with this, this is something. It's kind of like an ace bandage, and it has very light adhesive in it, but it sticks to itself. And the only reason I have this on here is for the cold, because basically this is all metal and this plastic gets really, really cold up there, even with gloves on. So I wrap this on there, and it's just a little bit of relief for my hands from the cold. That's the only reason this is on here. And the reason that it's light adhesive, you can take it right off, and you don't have to clean your reel and your rod off. There's no stickiness or adhesive left on it. So this is really good stuff, and they have it on Amazon, and you can get all kinds of different colors of it. But that's all this is, and that's the only reason it's on there is really for comfort. That's it. Okay, now let's go to the bench, and I'll show you the jigs and all the equipment I'm using, and what it looks like and how it works. All right, guys, here's a couple of the baits that we're using that are working the best. The number one, obviously, that you keep seeing is gold member, and it's something about this gold color that they just love. I think it just happens in the water. It just must look very similar to those Tui chubs. The other one that's a close second is gold, pearl, and brown, but as you can see, it has that same gold color right on the back, and that's what they're hitting right now. At least the past 2 trips, it's been these two. There's several other colors that also work great out there, like Kilo works great, yellow and white, root beer, barracuda, but I mean, for whatever reason lately, it's been all about these two. They just love it. I would switch to the other colors, trying to liven up the bite, and they just weren't having it. As soon as I go back to gold member, gold, pearl, and brown, I'd at least get bit if I didn't hook up. And another thing you can see on both of these, they're kind of chewed up. They didn't catch a whole bunch of fish just on their own, like I had other ones that I was using to catch, but that's how big their teeth are. They just tear these little things up, and these things aren't little. It's very, very thick rubber. But they got some serious teeth. Here are some of the weights. This is the weight. This is a 1/8 ounce lead head that comes with them, and that's typically what you'll use to do your nice slow presentation. Like I said earlier, it's like fishing a 30-second, very, very slow. But right before we did this segment, I switched up to a 3/8 because I'll show you in this clip. We were at a place called Popcorn, and it's closer to the mouth of the Truckee River, and the water coming in was a little discolored, so it made the water in front of us discolored. So, like I always say, what's the clearest part of the water? The bottom. Figured the fish were on the bottom, went to a 3/8 head, started fishing gold, pearl, and brown on the bottom, and I started getting hit, and I got that one. So that's why I carry these other ones. The 1/4 ounce, typically you're not going to use unless you're out in a boat. If you're out in a boat, sometimes they're out deep. You're going to vertical jig a 1/4 ounce or just something to get it out deeper. But typically, 99% of the time, you're going to use the 1/8. And like I said, the 3/8, that was just in that one situation because they're on the bottom, and it turned out I gambled right. How I attach them is these dual lock snaps, and these are size 1, I believe. But the fish are not shy about them. You just clip each jig on so you can change colors fast. Some guys like to hand tie them on. I like to use the clips, and I have not noticed a difference in all in hookup ratio opposed to guys that hand tie them on or use these clips. It doesn't seem to affect the bite at all. I just look at it as a scaled up version of the fly fishing clips I use on mini jigs. And these are good, these number 1 size, because you can manipulate them with small gloves on. So you don't have to take your gloves off to change stuff out. So those are really, really good. Okay, now I had the underwater camera out there and had it out for a little bit, so it caught some images. Let's take a look at it and see if we can get any good intel off of the fish behavior and what's in the water. So let's see how it looks. Okay, as you can see here, we're in some shallow water. It's probably about 4 feet deep, and right about here you can see a couple of lahontans go by. So that tells us right away that there's 2 of them together, so they might be packed up a little bit. They aren't schooled up, but and they're in the shallow water, so that tells me they're out looking for food. Here comes a lone one, but not too far after that pair. And and here's a couple more out a little bit deeper. So if they're in the shallow water, I'm thinking they're looking for food. Another thing is notice the algae or little bits of seaweed at the bottom. It's moving back and forth. So there's some current in the water. So what does that mean? So what it means is, let me use a jig as an example. So you got to figure this, you're intimidating a chub or a minnow, right? And what do minnows typically do when you see them on the beach in the shallow water? They swim around a little bit, and then what they mostly do is they just kind of stand still. They just kind of sit there, right? So that's why in a lot of the videos I say, hey, when you're retrieving something, always give it a pause for a second, because minnows will swim and they stop, right? And when they stop, that makes them vulnerable, and the fish says, hey, easy meal, and that's usually when they're smacking. Well, in that footage, you can see there's a lot of current in the water, and when that was filmed, it wasn't when it was real stormy. It was just normal, everyday wind, real calm, just a breeze, but there was still quite a bit of current in the water, almost kind of looked like the ocean. Well, what's that going to do to a minnow when it's standing still in the water? It's going to move back and forth, right? Like that. So it's always going to have movement. So I think what that speaks to is how they like that real slow and methodical, deliberate retrieve. So even if the fish or the minnow's moving or your jig, it kind of looks like sometimes it's standing still, right? Because it's still moving a little bit, but it's going very slow. So I think that's when the fish think it's an easy meal, and that's when they're going to go in for the strike. So always remember, keep it real slow, because minnows typically aren't darting around the whole time. They get tired too. Most of the time when they're going to get eaten is when they're just sitting there not doing a thing. All right, guys. Hope we all learned something. I certainly did, and let's get back to the video and see what shakes out.
Closer, Bert. I don't want him getting the shallows and spit it on you. What'd you get him on?
Oh, dude.
Tank.
That's a 10. That's a close to a 10.
Yep.
Get him right now, Rob. Fast. You're gonna take off again.
Yeah.
Just take your time, dude. It's gonna take you like 5-10 minutes.
Yep. Now we play the waiting game. Yeah, he's right there.
Big old sign.
You don't have to follow him. Just he'll go that way. He'll go left. He'll go right.
Yeah, mine went fucking everywhere today, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like the mud hole. You don't have to chase him. He'll eventually end up back here.
You feel it in your arm a little bit, huh?
Yeah, you can tell. See how his shoulder's down?
This is the real deal.
It's this line right here. Yeah. Oh no, wait, it's a carp.
Big old red.
Look at that thing.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
He's done. He's down.
It might be. Yeah, it looks like a 10.
Yeah, he's 10.
Close.
He's 10.
Yeah.
No, I guarantee he's close. If not, he's like
Yeah.
9 tops, the minimum.
The head. He's got that. He's got that 10 head.
Yeah.
Right on, brother. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Here, I'll hold your rod.
He'll take off like a dart.
Yeah. Watch.
Let him go.
Oh, he went slow. Usually they fly.
There you go, bro.
Right on, brother. Double digit. That's a pin right there. Is it a stud? Yeah, it might be a good one. I got you, son. You think back in the day when you met me at Hesperia, you'd be out here doing this shit?
That's how it's just talking.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I'm glad I'm on. That's it. I'm buying a house out here.
Yeah. He's a long one. Let's keep that head up. He's just a little bit out there. Where are you at now? Oh, she's way out there. There she is.
Yeah. Let's go.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, like the head's right.
Grab the net. Fast as hell though. Shoulder.
Bad. All right. I think you got it. 13. Yep. 13, 15.
10-7.
Nice, dude. You did it. You did it.
10 pounds focus.
Yeah. I got the net. Don't worry.
Literally right here, bro. It's crazy. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that. Catching all these hot looking lady trout. Woo. Yeah. Yeah. Right on, dude.
All right, ladies and gents, there you have it. Another epic trip up to the mid. It was a blast fishing with all the GSF guys. Really, really good times. And everyone on the team, especially all the guys over there for the first time, all caught a double digit, which was awesome. I didn't catch a double digit, but I got a couple of real solid 9s, so I was happy. But it was great just seeing all those guys get on some really big fish, which was just awesome. But interesting things to take away. I know it doesn't look like it in the video, but the bite was very tough. We struggled, and that's something to consider when you're going up there. The weather changes on a dime. It gets very cold, then it warms up, and all these things affect the bite. So when you're going to go for the first time, don't just go for a weekend, because your whole weekend may be storms, you know. It may be near unfishable, or the fish may just be down and not want to bite. And as soon as you leave, you're going to hear about record catches. So plan out. If it's your first time, I would take a week or 4 days at least. So if you do have some inclement weather, you have some other days to make up for it. Because those fish are, I consider them, as far as trout are concerned, they're apex predators. They are very ferocious. They are meat eaters. And you can see in this clip, they got teeth.
Ow, he's got my thumbnail. Motherfucker.
I got bit earlier.
Ow.
I mean, not quite like a barracuda, but when you get those things in, they clamp down on those jigs like they don't want to let it go, because in their mind that's food and they aren't letting it go for anybody. So sometimes you got to be like a lion tamer and almost, or an alligator tamer and almost pry their mouth open just to get at the jig. Regardless of the barbless hook in there, you'll see us struggling sometimes. There's no barb in there, it's just they won't let go of it. Or their teeth are so sharp it's hanging up on the plastic of the jig. They are something else, but that's what makes that place so special. And another thing about the weather, be prepared. It is very cold. Granted, we went in January, that's probably the coldest time to go. No lying, I still don't have feeling in the tips of my middle fingers.
Shit.
To this day. I didn't have any signs of pre-frostbite. My hands were just numb out there, but very, very cold. I may have done some nerve damage to my fingers, but part of combat as far as I'm concerned. But the hardest thing to keep warm when you're out there is your extremities, your feet and your hands, especially your hands. You can't bait and wait out there. You're constantly throwing jigs and spoons, so if you can't keep your hands warm, you're not fishing. So get a good pair of gloves that you can fish in. The good news is with this large gear, you can fish in some of the snow gloves, and that will definitely help. Also, you saw a lot of us wearing the nitrile or latex gloves. Those also help. You can even put them over glove liners, like I was doing that, and it keeps the water and the wind off your hands, because the wind chill up there is just unbelievable. It is really something else. A light breeze will change the temperature 5 to 10 degrees. I mean, just a light breeze. So be prepared. If you're prepared, you'll have a great time. I still had a great time. I wasn't dying out there, but yeah, I literally do not have feelings in the tips of my middle fingers still.
Not me. I'm in my prime.
Hopefully it comes back. But if you go in springtime, even like March is a real good time to go, because that's when the spawn starts and the fish get real close to shore and get real active. It will be warmer, but I have still had some really, really tough days as far as the cold, even in March. So definitely take that seriously. It's like fishing in the mountains or the Sierras. The weather can change on a dime. So please be safe. Drink lots of fluids, even though when it's cold you don't feel like it, and have lots of layers, because I hate for you to get caught out there in the cold and really have an issue, because it is very, very possible out there. And big announcement for you guys who didn't know, tomorrow, this video will air on Wednesday night. Tomorrow starts the Bart Hall show in Long Beach. I will be out there with Esteban and the rest of the Golden State fishing crew. We'll be out there the whole weekend. So come by the booth, say hi. We're also doing Dropshot and mini jig seminars. The katana rods are going to be out there. The super tubes are going to be out there this year. All kinds of stuff going on. So make sure if you come to the show, I highly encourage you to go to the show. There's lots of good deals there, not just on the Golden State stuff, but all kinds of fishing gear. Stop by the booth and say hi. I'd love to see you. And with that, if you want any of the products that I use on this channel, there's a QR code right up here. If you want to try the WaterLand sunglasses, the Golden State Fishing custom baits, or the katana rods. Oh, and one note about the katana rods. There's a QR code. On the QR code, they're only available via Instagram. The QR code will take you to the Instagram site. Just send them a message and they will get you all the information you need to get set up with one. But Esteban tells me a website is coming. The issue is shipping of the rods right now, but they're trying to work that out. But very, very soon they will become a lot more available. So look for that in the future. But until then, just go on Instagram at Katana Rods 2022 and send them a message, and they'll get you all the information you need. Also, take a look on Instagram or Facebook at Max Fish Reports. Andrew Mack does a really good job compiling all the information of what lakes are getting stocked when, and he puts it out, and as soon as something new comes across his desk, he usually goes live. on both, and we'll tell you what's going on if there's a surprise stock somewhere or whatever. So definitely give him a look and subscribe to him. I do, and that's where I get a lot of my fishing intel, if you will. So as always, leave lots of questions or comments. I love answering them. You can also hit me up on my Instagram at Seaspanker Outdoors. And until next time, hope to see you out there, and hope to see you at the show. And well, I guess that's it. Tight lines.